I don't even know if I'm live. I don't usually make videos. But I'd like to try reviewing videos. And the person I'd like to review is Stinky Brown. Since he says a number of lies and nothing ever happens to him. I'll start this stream now. It's called Let's Make Fun of Stupid People.
A few people and then look for some audio or something to run through. I mean, it is the middle of the night, and I know that anybody, that's out here in the middle of the night, they're looking for some amusement. So because I was trying to think of what to do for a topic.
Hey, Ray.
Well, it's the middle of the night. People are going to be bored. Why don't I just make sport of people?
Can you hear the stream?
So once again, it's like, ooh, that is a really, really easy topic to do.
Ray.
I was trying to knock you over, so if you face plant, it's not my fault or a poltergeist. Well, Mike, we'll let a couple more come in and get to where they talk because, I know there's going to be one guy that's definitely not talking.
That's me.
But, once again, Mike, you understand English, but most other people don't. Especially in the Boyd. Hello, Genji.
See, he banned me for commenting on someone's chat. And yeah, I don't know what it is. I can't tell. Maybe because I didn't pay StreamYard. Yeah. I don't know why it does that. Not really sure. It'll have to stay there, I guess. Took me a long time to get this far. No, you didn't. This might be a long one. I might have to take a break. It's about an hour video.
I'll get to ranting and talking about dumb people here in a little bit. I'm just going to let some people get in here first so it's worth it. Because, like I say, I've gotten up for my day. I went to bed on Nicolina's stream. I was feeling myself get really, really sleepy, so I tapped out of chat.
I'll show
That's kind of the last I remember of it.
The comment I made.
I kind of sat here and woke
where
up
he
and
banned me
scanned
from
through my
his
YouTube,
room.
and I saw Shannon had uploaded and attacking me. Yes, again. You see, I'm wearing the same shirt. You know the temperature that we've been at. All the water outside is one.
He was wearing the same shirt for, I think it was at least 14 days. And, I expect that. He has no water. I'm sure he stinks because he has no water. But that's his choice. Even without heat in the house, if he added water, the pipes would freeze.
Giant block of ice, and she's attacking me because I can't do laundry. I linked it on my tab, and I went down in her comment section, and every motherfucker in it I banned.
Ooh.
And not one of them in there said she was foul or took up for me anyway, or they were just sitting there cordial with her, and all those motherfuckers on her channel are banned. Because I have said again and again and again and again and again on this channel, to the point of ridiculous repetition, if you are over on her channel while she is bashing me, you will be banned here.
Tough guy.
I mean, I have only said this so much to the point I am sick of saying it. And then...
And she attacked him. She pointed out that he wore the same shirt for 14 days. That, to me, that's not an attack. You know, attack is, you know, person to person, whatever. But he talks about banning everybody and for comments they made. Now, here's the comment I made. I don't know if you can read it. It says, see, Shannon was sick. And, you know, I was worried about her. She's been a good friend of mine for years and years, and probably as long as Stinky's been here. And, hi, Diane. And he thinks I'm going to hack on her for what she's doing on her channel. And I would never hack on Shannon for anything, even if she dragged me from one end of town to the other. Now the message reads, glad you sound much better. Hope you're well. Love you very much. You always have been so kind to me. You're the best of the best, Shannon, with 3 hearts and 3 pirate flags. And that's what he banned me for, and I was not in his defense. That's it right there. I don't know if you can read it. To me, it looks backwards on the screen. You can tell how many videos I make. Now, I didn't even comment on her contents.
Evidently, I've got my light on that low.
Of the video.
I think that's just on my end.
I just commented that she sounded better, and I was actually happy.
Then some people get in here first, so we're on her channel while she is bashing me. You will be banned here.
Oh, now she's bashing him.
I mean, I have only said this so much to the point I am sick of saying it.
Well, if he said it so much and he's sick of saying it, then he should quit saying he's got 6 ego states. Even though we all like Eggo waffles, he's got 6. And he brings it up all the time. And I don't get the point of that. You know, it's brought up so much. And whatever he calls Xanax, that pill, he mispronounces it all the time. But he brings that up constantly, and constantly, every stream he's in, he's gonna, you know, oh, they think they're so tough, and I'm gonna throw them through a wall or a window, or he always turns it into violence.
And then a dumb boy motherfucker, you know, over there and this is one that tries to DM me and get into my private life.
He cried because he was hurting, and he said he was left to die. I have that on another video. And I felt bad for him, so I tried to reach out to him. because I try to be nice to everyone, and he thought I was spying on him or something. I don't know what there is to spy on. You know, he doesn't have a car, he doesn't have a bicycle, he's got a picture of a motorcycle. He has no money. He got some new stuff this year from his chat, his subs, a bread maker, a TV, something to do with water, some money, which I'm sure goes to weed, in my opinion. What else did he get? A couple blankets, a couple heaters. He can't survive on his own. He moves away from, he's not near a town or nothing, and yet he cries because he can't get to town. He's got to walk. And then he talks about how he's in incredible shape, but yet he looks like a belle. You know, he's fat. And he thinks he's pretty as a girl when he dresses up as a girl. Not pretty. Not pretty at all.
Cuddling up with Shannon. Because this is what a lot of them do. They'll kiss you to one face and then be trying to stab you in the back in the other.
See, he invented that conspiracy
right at the end
there.
of my message to him right before I blocked him, I said, well, you can flat out tell her this, that, you know, she has an adult boy. And that goes to where area I used to live. And at some point, if I ever see that little bastard, I'm going to thump him. And if any of my old buds run across him in Cincinnati, they're going to thump her adult child.
I have that in writing too, a picture of him typing it.
That will happen.
So this ties it to the writing, and
okay?
I think that's a threat, a personal threat.
And I also told him to screenshot that and run back and send that to Shannon.
He did, but then he deleted it right away.
I ever run across her 18-year-old kid, I'm going to thump
Exactly,
him.
Diane.
I'm going to give him an adult class thumping.
I think he's jealous of Rich Life, and he acts just like him.
You know, the idle thumping is kind of like this, and then you have, you know, your serious thumping where you might slam them into things, and then there's one that they will never forget and have marks from the rest of their life. Just saying. Like I say, there's different level of thumping. And I am open about this. I mean, if you want to keep attacking me and threatening me, yeah, I'd thump your adult son. I would thump your husband.
How is that a threat? You didn't wash your shirts.
I mean,
or
because,
shirt.
You know, once again, if you put me on Xanax
See,
for
Xanax.
3 or 4 weeks,
It's
I'd
Xanax.
cut your brake lines. You know, I wouldn't go and confront you. I'd just go to your house and I'd take a file and I'd just sit there on those brake lines and
So he wouldn't tell you. He'd do it behind your
and I'd
back,
go to that other brake line and I'd sit there with that file.
could be deadly to cut someone's brake lines.
Cut a brake line, it's obvious. But if you take a file, you make it look like that brake line wore through. Just saying. And when they examine that, they go dry rot. Because they don't actually examine the rubber that closely. They just see how it looks and they say dry rot. And once again, when Roger was an evil person, and if you did not pay Roger, you know, I might come to you 3 weeks later and ask about when your brakes went out. Of course, I wouldn't have known your brakes went out unless I was involved in it, and I would say, and I want my money. Because like I say, when they had me on Xanax, I mean, it made me evil beyond belief. And like these morons on YouTube, if you put me on the wrong drug for about 4 weeks, Jimbo would fall off the planet.
See, there's another
You know, this is why I'm so
violence.
adamant on what I put in my body. Because there's certain things, like the drugs that give you the drowsy effect, that after 5 or 6 days taking them will make me into a human monster.
You already are looking like a monster.
Well, Mike, I didn't make harp on this, but where she was attacking me after I got packages. Pindar fixed it to where I could get packages again.
Backstars
She called
is pimp.
UPS. She talked to supervisors.
She does a lot for them,
We
but
found out that we got the problem fixed.
you got to
where I could get
consider who
packages.
she's doing it for.
Pindar did that for me.
You
That
know,
was a huge help to my life.
let's help out a self-proclaimed
told Shannon
thug,
that.
self-proclaimed
Shannon
drug
deleted
dealer,
she fought
someone
with
that's
Shannon
going
for a
to
while,
kill someone
and of
in
course
a
she won.
car
Because
accident,
Pindar was
maybe.
telling the truth.
Someone
What
that's
did
going
Shannon
to
do?
punch a
She
lady in the
deleted it all
face,
so
someone
no one
that's
could
going
see
to
it.
thump a minor.
Because it counteracted her narrative. And like I said, anybody that's not on Shannon's channel, when she's talking about me and giving her the finger, is going to be banned here. And I mean, you should hear the butthurt adult baby on Instagram. I was just wishing Shannon well. Yeah, you were wishing
I was.
Shannon well on a video
And I
where she's
have that
unwarrantly
text,
attacking
and
me.
I wasn't begging or anything.
And you don't expect to be banned here.
It's not like I got kicked out in Utopia.
I mean, the stupid is amazing.
I got banned
what
from
they
a
don't
chat
understand is I did the mass unban.
from a guy that
Alright.
describes his house
Two
that has
reasons.
surround sound.
One, the landscape has changed, and I thought it would be fair. And I also thought anyone that needs to be banned can be rebanned.
Brilliant.
I think that's pretty good. I mean, I gave a lot of people a chance.
Yes, you
And
did.
besides this one, there was another one in her chat too that was a regular here, and she will never be on this channel again.
Oh my God.
I mean,
2 of us.
how dumb can they get?
I must be pretty dumb.
I mean, I've only said that I wait X amount of time, go over her channel bashing me, I hit pause, and I go down her comment section, and I get rid of anyone that don't need to be here. Now, mostly in this community, I don't have to worry about that anymore. But these Boyd fuckers, I mean, they're just waiting to stab each other in the back for everyone in the back.
he thinks
for their own
banning
amusement.
people from his room is
That's
like
why
the
I
ultimate
say,
punishment.
A Boyd person, they got 2 strikes in my chat against them. A Boyd person at this point, they don't even get a friendly warning.
That's another thing. He talked about 2 strikes. Hey, twin thing, how you doing? He compared it to handicap in golf, and he said, as you know, a good golfer has a handicap. Well, a course is rated based on difficulty and stuff. Say it's 70, and you turn in scores that, they throw out a couple highs and a couple lows, and say your number is 80, so you'd have a handicap of 10. And then say someone shot 70 every time, they would have a handicap of 0, or it's called scratch. And then that way the 10 handicap can play the 0 handicap, and the 0 has to give him 10 strokes on the 10 toughest holes on the course. It's not just good golfers have a handicap, it's based more for bad golfers so they can play with good golfers. But he knows everything.
Banned.
He's
And
banned.
that's the only people
He's
I do
smiling
this with.
when he says
Why?
he banned
Because
me.
it's best I do this.
And it's the only channel I'm banned
I
on
had a bottle of water here.
on all of
It's
YouTube.
hitting my lap and I can't move, and I misplaced my bottle of water. Ah, here it is. Here it is. Ah, needed that. I still have a little bit of morning mouth because I've been up right about an hour. But I mean, I'm just laughing about it all because you see, the other thing that I thought after, you have to admit, I'm fair. That was good logic.
You're not
now,
fair.
I also
You're
extended
stupid.
that logic to think, well, you know what? I can aggressively ban those that are needed. And that's the phase I'm at now. You know,
I would always stand up for a friend, any friend, and especially someone like Shannon, who's been so kind to me for a good 4 or 5 years. And I'm going to give her the finger because this guy can't take any type of verbal, what does he call it, attack. And she didn't attack him. She just pointed out that he hadn't changed his shirt in 14 days.
These two-faced people, mostly from the void, they're getting permanently banned. I mean, the people that I'm banning, the reason for the unban is because I've never done a mass unban here. This was a one-time thing with a mass unban.
Oh my God.
It's not going to happen again. So that's why I have to laugh at these people. I mean, I actually...
I don't want to show his picture on here.
I hold up my hand to you
his
and you slap it.
His hands and his arms are just black.
But see, that's the part that I didn't say about the mass unban, is that those that I have to ban now, I mean, they're just gone. They're ghosts here now.
I'm banned from Utopia. I'm going straight to hell.
Well, I mean, Rand, we're going to be shitting on a lot of people. And like I said, because Shannon is Savage's dog.
No, she's not.
And Shannon, Benny Keys is also Savage's dog.
I don't know him.
And now another creator has become Benny Keys' dog. And once again, the way it's going to be, people that are attending and supporting content that is attacking me, well, they're just going to be gone here.
He should realize the amount of people that talk about him behind his back in his chat. Yeah, he was going to spit in her face. Now he's going to punch her in the face and thump her kid. And, people talk about him two ways. Who is that? Or when I talk to people, it's like Rich Life. He's jealous of Rich Life because Rich Life is doing much better than him. And he has to depend on his subs to give him money. And like I said, a bread maker, and that's in here. And he complains about the bread maker because it makes small loaves. Well, he's one guy. He can make bread every day and have a fresh loaf if he eats that much bread, but he's just going to get fatter. And then in another video, he said he put on weight. He put on 2 or 3 pounds, or lost weight 2 or 3 pounds. I'll bet you if we asked him to show his weight on a scale with a receipt, he wouldn't have a scale. And I think a lot of people hate watch him. That's my opinion. He says he's like 190 pounds or something like that. I have like 30 some videos of his, and I've listened to him a number of times, and he double pedals, and because they're lies or embellishments. I'm sure some of it's partially true or true, but a lot of it is just BS.
I mean, when someone starts attacking me, if you want to be here, it's time for you to tap out. Because anybody that's even supporting that in any way, I mean, they're gone. And the whole point of this live is so no one says, I didn't know. I mean, that's always their first bullshit. And I've been clear about this with
And
Shannon
I did
Since
not
Anyone's
say
channel
that. I'll
for a
show
long
the
time. And this is all this live
tweet
is.
back and
Is
forth
a
between
reminder.
us.
So with those people that go, I didn't know, because that's always what they do.
I didn't
the first
do
thing
that.
goes, I didn't know. And that's why we're having this live.
I said I'm banned for that,
Pick a topic
question
and go
mark.
with it. Now, after we're done making this clear for the stupid people,
That's me,
I
stupid
am going to
people.
look for something interesting for us to do. Well, Rand, I am. It's just, hello, Steph. Well, I understand, Steph. I'm kind of sick of that BS too. I mean, thinking about it, I mean, that would kind of like be good on my name right now. Roger's sick of people's BS, and
He actually has that
people
shirt
that are
on
just
right
gonna
now,
BS
the
me here are
Batman
just gonna be
shirt.
gone. I mean, I don't do this for money. I don't do this for a subscriber account. The only thing that channel growth does is bring me new friends.
He does it for gifts.
So what?
He was crying around Christmas time, and Peckstar, his pimp, she set him up with a Amazon account, and then UPS would deliver all the bread maker, the TV, the blankets, the heaters, the water thing, so he'd have water. And then he started crying how he wanted to tell his story on his sweetheart, Nicoliners, because I actually think he's in love with old Nickelback. But because he mentions her all the time. But he wanted that bigger audience so he could whine and cry on there and get more people to send him stuff. I think I saw something about a heavy blanket so it wouldn't fall off on one of them weighted ones. Stuff like that. I mean, he thinks he's so smart, but his grift is not that good.
Again, I only need new friends that are brought to me, or decent friends, because the reality of the matter is, if I went and bought a computer or a laptop right now, and I started doing regular reaction vids,
What would you buy it with?
I would have a 20 to a 40,000 subscriber channel.
Sure you would.
My friends that did this in the drama community that, were comparable sizes to me, those are the sizes of their channel.
Why do you need a
Like
laptop?
I said, if I really wanted to, quote, do YouTube for, quote, success, I would spend money I don't have, go get a laptop, and I would start doing regular reaction videos.
How do you spend money you don't have?
And it probably wouldn't be too long until I would have a channel that would bring me about $250 a month.
Oh my God, that's a lot of money.
But I'm here for the social aspect.
You're not very social.
Like I said. So that's another reason why I have to shake my head.
And everything I say I can back up on a video. It just might take me a day or two to find the video.
Steph's known me for a long time, and I'm the fair guy. When it comes to YouTube, I'm the one that you can kind of set your...
Every one of his videos is attacking people, whether it's women, it's kids. He deleted a stream tonight, and he was talking about a guy named Bob, and he's got this feud with Bob and Laura, and the Bob guy can't see. And he said, it's not our Bob, this Bob can see. Cheap shot. I mean, he doesn't care about anything. He shows no remorse for anything. He is definitely an egotistical narcissist. He's the best shooter. He knows the woods better than anyone. He does everything better than everyone. He's got super intelligence. I think in the third grade or whatever, fifth grade, he read at junior college level. And here he has to shit in a bucket in a barn. You know, that's how successful he is. And he talks about low cal accounts. How can you get any lower than being on SSI and having absolutely nothing? He spends half his money on weed, and he could go to a doctor and get medicine for free. If one medicine doesn't work for a seizure, they try another, and they try another, and they try another until they get something that reduces them.
Of course, my people have said that, not
And that
me.
would be $400 he could spend on,
You can kind of get your bearings on where I'm at.
instead of his subs.
I mean, it's just the way it is. Now, I'm not always a paragon of virtue, but I usually admit it when I'm not a paragon of virtue. And I will tell you what my mental process was that led me to not being a paragon of virtue in a given situation. Now, I do have to thank everyone for coming in late at night because I was, because normally, okay, let's talk about Roger for a minute. Now, normally I would have not done this live this early. I would have actually waited until later in the morning. Jason.
I might save some of this, because he really starts bashing people on this video. Like he got attacked, in his words, by two dogs. And he talks in this video, which I have, about one guy was really nice, pillar of the community, and he hasn't had trouble with that dog. Well, the other guy said you shouldn't walk on the street, or you should get a car, or both. And he talked about that guy won't be driving anymore because you can't drive without brakes. And then he said old Roger, which means when he was younger and a thug, according to him, would have went and got a bunch of wood. Oh, except he doesn't have a tractor, but he'd probably borrow one to haul the wood to behind his barn. I mean, this is hilarious. He's going to haul this wood behind the barn. When he was younger, he would have. And he would have built a catapult. And he said, because it's the perfect distance. Well, we all know that the bigger the catapult and the sling, the farther it throws it. And depending what you throw, something heavy or something lighter. And he was gonna put a rock and have it go through the guy's window. Now, and then he said, I don't mean a rock, I mean a rock the size of a chair. That's the most preposterous thing I could even imagine. I couldn't even dream that up. And he says that in a different video, though. And he talks about people in Kentucky are such good shooters that when they go in the Army or the military, they're automatically, go to training for sniper school. That's not true. See, I graduated as a computer technician, and they give you a sheet with so many jobs on there that there's openings for. And they're jobs that they're short in the Army. And computer technician was on there, and they told me, no, we won't let you do that. We don't want you civilian trained. We want you Army trained. And so I looked down the list, and there was a M1 tanker. And I thought, wow, would that be cool? So that's what I picked. But there's just those 25 jobs that you can pick. It doesn't matter where you're from, unless you had an amazing skill or something like that, and went through a bunch of red tape, which, I mean, you'd have to be like one of the smartest people in the world, and in a field of, something we can't pronounce. They don't make those exceptions. And he talks about, in one video, he would be a great soldier, but the first thing I would have to do is take care of the person in charge, because I have to be in charge. If someone else is in charge and they think they are, but I'm still calling the shots, that's okay. So right away, he's telling you he's going to off the captain or the CO of your squad or whatever. And that's not a good soldier. I mean, there was a time where they told me to clean this parking lot with a toothbrush and a cup of water. And I sat there all day. It was punishment. And I sat there all day, and I got like 2 feet square cleaned. I'd have to run back and get more water, and pretty much wore the toothbrush out on the tar. But when they tell you to do something, there's a reason they tell you to do it. And you do it. You don't say, what's the point of that? Or why are you, there's no questions. You just do it. And he has no idea what it's like to serve. He talks about World War III, and they're going to fly him to Germany. In a nuclear war, they're not going to fly you anywhere, and he doesn't realize that now they combine school and basic training. So you have basic training and you have AIT together. So like mine was 12 weeks, 8 weeks of basic and 4 weeks of learning about the M1 tank. And you have to, the first day I could only run like a third around the block, but I had to keep running. I had to sit down or walk it off a bit and then run a few more feet, and until I could do it. You have to get in shape. You have to learn. You sit through the most boring classes. You don't sleep. But the classes are needed, especially in a war. And they're not going to put you in Germany being a conscript because you're fresh off the street, and it's a button war, basically, especially nowadays with tactical nuclear strikes. His state would probably get hit with Fort Hood, and that's the armor capital of the world. And that's where I went to basic and AIT. It was in Kentucky. I'm just letting him know that I got a lot of dirt on him that I could play and I could keep doing this and I don't wanna. Um, I've been asking him for close to a year, I don't even know how long, to back off of Shannon. And I did try to reach out to him. Oh, I got that text too to show you the Twitter thing. Um, I didn't stutter when I said, be on Shannon's channel, you're banned on mine. You will never be unbanned. People get one time, I forgive none. After, remember the old saying, fool me once? So I wrote, so I'm banned again. That's 2 tries. And he said, I said clearly anyone in Shannon's channel when she is bad mouthing me is banned. And then he didn't lie when he said, in fact, at some point, I will jump her boy or have it done over her mouth. Screenshot that and run and tell her. Actions have consequences. Get judged by the company you can keep. You can see there's no blue lines in there. The blue lines are me. Like where I wrote, so I'm banned again, question mark. And then when I looked the next day, they're just all the same. So I'm banned again. There, now you can see it. Maybe backwards, but you can see it. I didn't, and I really did try to reach out to him when he was crying about nobody cared about him. Even though I was mad at him for talking that way about Shannon, I felt bad for him. And I reached out to him. I certainly didn't do surveillance or spy on him, as he said, I mean, what does he have to spy on? His shit bucket? He can't, he expects help from everyone. Like, him and Shannon have an issue. Now, he wants us to give, or his subs to give her the finger. He can't do it on his own. He can't supply his house with stuff he needs because he can't do it on his own. He needs help. His PTSD from at birth, I don't believe it because there's no way he could remember the issue from birth. I mean, he doesn't know that I have PSTD from that accident. And I was in where I broke all my bones. I actually died, Raj. I died. For 19 seconds, I died in the ICU. I have PTSD attacks from that, but I don't remember most of like the driver died for good. And I don't know if I saw her. I don't know. All I remember is crawling between the highways and pushing myself up and waving when I saw headlights. And this skin here from this scar was flapping. It would go back and then flap on my forehead on the the whatever's under your skin. And I remember that, and I have flashbacks about that, but stuff that I don't remember, I have no flashbacks of that. But, PTSD could be different. That's just my opinion. And he talks about his gallbladder being bad from like 6 or 7 or 5 till he was 42. He got it removed. Well, what I died from was a massive blood infection. And what they do when they can't find the source of the staph infection is they take out your appendix, they take out your gallbladder. I had mine taken out. I already had my appendix out. And then they found it when they went in to do surgery on my back, because I broke my back and I wrecked a bunch of discs in my lower back. They found a big blob of something white, and they had to carve it out with this surgical knife as best they could. And a rib went through my lung and punctured it. All my ribs were fractured in all kinds of spots all over. And they went through the side here, and they reinflated the lung, and then in surgery, and then they ran a tube in there through a nut, and inside that tiny tube was another tube, and they put antibiotics dripping on my heart because of the massive blood infection. But if his gallbladder was so bad that he was throwing up all them years, it would have probably burst. And he says that's why the gases went up and ate half his teeth. I think half the teeth, in my opinion, is probably from meth. Because that's one of the first things they do is they lose their teeth. But I don't know for sure. I mean, you can only guess, and after catching them in lies and fallacies and embellishments, how do you know what to believe and what not to believe? And in that video, he says we're the same age. I'm 9 years older than you, Roger. And you're just a punk-ass kid still to me. And I would love you to thump me. I really would. I just can't take the guy the way he picks on women. And, he refers to them as she's a good woman because she's really good looking. Not that she has a nice personality or she's kind or, half the women I know on here, I don't know what they look like. And I don't care. I don't wonder. I'm just nice to people that are nice to me, and most everybody is nice to me. He is honestly the only person I dislike on here. And it's because of his attitude, and he's going to throw his doctor through a window. He's going to throw that lady from that was helping him with his stuff, like he can't get his Social Security card back. Well, go to their website and say you lost it and get a new one. He's going to throw Kentucky doesn't have enough windows for all the people he claims he's going to throw through a window or through a wall. And even in this video, if I'd have went a little farther, he talks about how he would have thrown someone through. All these tough guys think they got it tough. He's talking about washing his clothes in a mop bucket, and he says they're cleaner than yours. It's just labor intensive because he's got to wash with some water and rinse with 2 buckets of water, and then he's got to wring them out. And that does better than a washer and dryer. So he says, I think he's just a lazy piece of shit. And I wouldn't talk to him. I would not rebut a video to him. At least until I hear an apology. Later on, he mentions my name in the video and calls me a stupid fuck. He's just an ass. I'm sorry I bored you guys to death, but I was just frustrated and I can't sleep. I took a sleep apnea test last Thursday and I stop breathing about once a minute. My airways close up. So every hour I stop 59 times or 63 times, where my airways close up for a few seconds. A couple times they ran in to check on me, to make sure I wasn't in trouble. They hook all kinds of wires up from head to your thighs and they monitor everything, and I sleep with my hand on my chest. I didn't know that, and I didn't snore, and then I snored lightly, and then I snored loudly, and apparently the loud snores are when everything would shut down when I couldn't get air, and then I'd get it right away. If you're still in here, Twin Thing, it's really nice to see. I sent you a text last week about calling you this week. I miss you. And always thanks to Rachella, if you're still in here, for getting my channel back. Oh, and I have recordings from his other channel too. So he'll be surprised if he wants to. I only recorded the ones where he bashed people and, like Melton, and, I have no problem with Melton. I get along with them. And if he does run for president, I'd probably vote for him because I know him. I'm loyal like a dog. I've never struck anyone. I've never snitched. I've never betrayed a friend when they've asked for help or even didn't ask for help. And there's people on here that will verify that. I'm just here to make friends, and someone wrote something about the drama. I don't know, I don't see it. But I don't like the drama. I can't stand it. But I have so many good friends on here. I couldn't even begin to count them. And people are so nice to me all the time. He's the only yard bird. That's what we called people in the military that couldn't fly straight. Yard birds. Sorry about the box in the middle of the screen. I don't go live. I've only been on 2 panels, I think, or 3. 2 in G Mangoes and two in JJJ's, and they were all nice to me. And everybody in both those rooms are nice to me. I'm very lucky. I have so many good friends on here. And I hope Stinky Brown can apologize, because I don't even want to have him as an enemy. It's not worth it. And if he wants to push it, I'll push back. But leave Savage and Shannon especially and Pirate out of this. They ignore you. They don't, you think you're burning them or something. You're not. And you think they're jealous of Nickelback 777. They're not. And I watched a couple of her streams and I didn't really like them. I found her boring. I found her information inaccurate. And if she's got you as a really good friend, she's got to be a sucker like most of your subs that aren't hate subs. And you do have hate subs. And you do have a couple people in there on sock accounts that you talk to regular, Stinky, and they report back to other people and tell, there's your spies. I won't out them. I never would. But I'm going to sign off to all four people in here. Everyone take care. I got to figure out how to stop this. Be safe, be kind. And I don't know, if you have a comment, you can leave it. I don't care. I'm definitely not here for the money. If I had 50,000 subs, I wouldn't take the money. I would never monetize. I don't try for subs. I've been on here since 2010. And it was a much better time then. There wasn't all this drama. But y'all take care, and I miss y'all, whoever watches this, except for you, Stinky.